It's truly humbling to have the support of such great public servants who I've supported and voted for myself. I'd like to thank our many community and business leaders who have joined us here today. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad who are here with us today. Without their love and support, I wouldn't be here. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank my most ardent advocate, partner, and the love of my life, my wife, Janine. As these people here can tell you, no candidate does this alone, and certainly not without the loving support of their family. By now, the reasons why I'm running for Suffolk County Legislature should be obvious to everyone. You've already heard it here earlier today that Suffolk County finances are in the worst shape they've ever been in our 334-year history. That's not just political rhetoric, it's an undisputable fact. The current administration and my opponent, the incumbent county legislators' actions and inactions, have directly led to this disastrous situation. They've literally been fiddling while the county burns. Their efforts on everything from economic development, curbing gang violence, to the opioid epidemic have been weak, ineffectual, or non-existent. The only thing that they have really excelled at is wasting our hard-earned tax dollars, building record deficits, and indebting generations of Suffolk County residents not yet even born. Knocking on doors, voters rightly ask me, how do I know I can do better? After my wife Janine and I lost our home and my business to Superstorm Sandy, I self-started and self-funded 2 new companies. I'm a successful businessman and a proven problem solver. I know I can use this expertise to stimulate the economy, create good-paying jobs, cut wasteful spending, and lessen the tax burden on the hardworking citizens of Suffolk County. New and innovative solutions are desperately needed in county government to effect real economic development and to right this fiscal calamity. For all those naysayers who say it can't be done, I say that you need to look no further than our town of Brookhaven to see what smart and effective decision-making can accomplish. All you really need is the people and the right people in office. In the end, there are really only 2 common-sense approaches to reducing the tax burden on our county citizens. The first is to make county government work more like business and force it to live within its means. We're not only taxing our current residents out of existence, but with the county's out-of-control borrowing practices, we're taxing future generations who aren't even born yet. Talk about taxation without representation. The second is to find new revenue sources so we can reduce the residential tax burden. You've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. Every time we say no to business and fail to expand the existing corporate tax base, we say yes to a residential property tax increase. It's time we started to say yes to business so we can say no to property taxes. This will stimulate the economy and produce greater revenue streams from sources like increased sales tax dollars. It's a sad fact that Suffolk County has the highest rates of death caused by opioid overdose in the state. A Newsday editorial last year ran the headline, "Long Island is losing the battle against heroin." They were right, but let's be clear that it's not just heroin we're talking about, but all the opiate derivatives that are just as addicting and in some cases even more deadly. Vicodin, oxycodone, fentanyl have been involved in many of the deaths and violence that results from opiate addiction. In that same editorial, Newsday stated, "The heroin epidemic on Long Island is overwhelming and our response is falling woefully short." That certainly does define Suffolk County's response. It also defines their efforts or lack thereof in combating gang violence and the infiltration of our communities by groups like MS-13. As a concerned private citizen and community activist, I work daily to address these issues and come up with the solutions to help curb this terrible epidemic. By working with drug awareness advocates and community leaders, the North Shore Community Association, a group that I founded, is able to build coalitions to address these and other very important community issues. As a county legislator, I can do even more. I can fight to make sure that law enforcement, hospitals, schools, NGOs who are on the front lines have the resources to save lives, to do better rehabilitation, and to cut off the drug supply at its source. We need to do much better in cutting both the supply and demand. So I'm running because it's definitely time for change. We can and we must do better. We need to reverse the sorry direction Suffolk County has been heading in and do a better job protecting our residents, improving their quality of life, and ensuring a better Suffolk County for future generations. It is critical that we make the right decisions, tough as they may be. As a county legislator, I would extend my hand in partnership with community groups, the businesses of this county, and the elected officials from other branches of government. We can only get this done by working together. If we have the political will to change course and make the right decisions now, the road we go down will lead to a bright future for Suffolk County. Thank you all for being here today, and I look forward to earning your vote and serving you. Thank you.